Hi, welcome to your 3-2 flip video. 3-2 is all about using the percent equation. So we're actually going to take the percent equation that we know from last 3-1, and now we're going to put it into action. And just a gentle reminder that the percent equation can be written as y equals mx, where y, m, and x means part equals percent times whole, so y is part, m is percent, and x is your whole. Okay, so we're going to take this equation, we're going to put it into action, and these are really multi-step problems. So we have to figure out how a problem falls into one of two categories, and then we need to apply a method. So the first one is using addition, so we find, we'll get to that in a second. The second type is using subtraction. So in the using addition, a percent is being added to your whole. So you got to first figure out what that percent is, and then you need to add it to your whole. With the subtraction, a percent is being subtracted from a whole or a total. So let's look at some specific examples. Using addition, an example would be tax, right? You go to the store, you pay some amount of money for an item, and then they add the tax on top of that, and that tax is a percentage of the cost. So the equation would be the bill, the amount of money you're spending for it, plus the percentage. So in Illinois, our retail tax is 10%, so you take whatever the item costs and then you add 10% on top of that, and that's how much money you would pay the cashier. Subtraction, we use this for things when we subtract from the total. So this doesn't really influence how much money you pay. It would be more of an example of things that are subtracted out from the amount that you pay in order to look at how much a company makes. That's the main example we look at here. So an example would be commission. So let's say you buy a house, and then your real estate agent makes a commission on it. So the agency, the company, takes the cost that you paid, so let's say you paid $50,000 for a house, and they subtract out the commission, and the commission is some percentage of the cost. So let's say the real estate agent makes 5%, so the cost of the house minus that 5% will give the amount of money that the agency makes on that deal, because they have to first pay the commission out to the real estate agency before they make any money. Okay, so here's a scenario. You're at a restaurant, your bill is $103.25. If you tip 18%, what's the amount of money you should leave on the table? All right, so I know my bill is $103.25. I'm going to add the tip on top of that. So 103.25 plus my tip will tell me the amount of money I have. So we need to figure out the tip. Well, if I want to tip 18%, I need to do 18% of my total. So 18% is 0.18 times 103.25, which if you go on your calculator is 18.585. We're going to cut off that 5 because you can't give someone half a penny, right? This is $18.58 and half a penny. You can't give someone half a penny, so we're going to cut it off there. Anytime you're dealing with money, you always cut it off after 2 decimal points because there's nothing smaller than a penny. There's nothing smaller than 1 cent. All right? So the tip is $18.58. I'm not done yet because the question asks what is the total amount of money you leave on the table. So you need to leave your amount for the bill and you need to leave the amount for the tip. So 18% is $18.58, and then I also need to pay the $103.25. So I'm going to substitute that $18.58 into the tip position, and then 103.25 plus $18.58, I'm going to leave $121.83 on the table. All right, so my bill will be covered and my tip is also included in there. All right, here's another problem. A real estate agent sells you a house for $72,000. If she makes 4% on commission, then how much does she make and how much does the agency make? So how much does she make is the easier of the two parts because we're just going to multiply her commission by our total. So 0.04, so 4% is 0.04, 7 times 72,000. So if you go in your calculator, that equals $2,880. So she makes $2,880 just because you bought the house. And her commission is 4%. All right, so how much does the agency make? Well, if you look back at the 2 slides ago, this would be an example of using subtraction. So we subtract the commission from the cost. So So cost minus commission would be profit, or how much money that company would make. So I know the cost, it's $72,000, and I know the commission, we solved that in the first part, that's $2,880. So $72,000 minus $2,880 means the company made $69,120. All right, let's look at some problems from your homework. So Nadia is a stockbroker. She earns 14% commission each week. Last week she sold $5,300 worth of stocks. How much did she make last week on commission? If she averaged the same amount each week, how much would she make in 2011? All right, so it's a two-step problem. First, we got to figure out how much she makes each week, and then we can figure out how much she makes in a year. All right, so we know 14%, and we know she sells $5,300. So 14% is 0.14. $5,300, we're going to multiply those two together. So 0.14 times 5,300 will tell me the amount that she walks away with. So go to your calculator. It's $742. So she makes $742 every week on commission on the stocks. This problem assumes that you know that there are 52 weeks in a year. So if you make $742 in 1 week, then the dollar amount you make per week times 52, because there's 52 weeks in a year, will tell you how much you make in a year. So 742 times 52 will tell me how much I make in a year. So Nadia made $38,584 in commission. All right. This problem, I've seen a little bit of trouble. A car salesperson works 40 hours per week at a job where he has two options for being paid. Option A is an hourly wage of $14. Option B is a commission rate on weekly sales, and he averages $5,600 in sales each week. What commission rate does he need to have to earn the same amount with the two options? All right, so let's first figure out how much he would make per week. Well, we know some information. 40 hours per week makes $14 an hour, and he needs, option B would be some commission, and he averages $5,600 in sales. So let's pick and choose the information we need in order to solve for how much he would make on option A. Well, I know he works 40 hours a week, and he gets $14 per hour. So 40 hours times $14 per hour will tell me how much he makes in a week. So 14 times 40 is $560. All right, so option A, he makes $560. Now we have to figure out the rate to see if when option B would be equal. All right, so what do we know? He makes $5,600 in sales, and we need to find our percentage. And that needs to be bigger or equal to $560, because that $560 is how much he's making in option A. All right? So the only way the commission option is better is if he has a commission percentage which would give him more money in a week than the hourly rate. So that's why the 560 is there. So 5,600 times a percentage needs to be equal to 560, and then any percentage on commission that's greater than that, he would make more money with that option. Okay, so how do I get percent by itself? Let's say percent wasn't percent. Let's make it an X. That might help you. So 56,000 times X equals 560. How do you get X by itself? Well, you divide both sides by 5,600. Those 5,600s cancel out. So you're left with an X equals, let's change that to an X, 560 divided by 5,600, 0.1. So X is 0.1 or 10%. So if he goes into work and his boss says, I'll give you 9% commission, he should choose option A because he would make more money working at an hourly rate. If his boss says, I'll pay you 11%, or even 10.5, or 10, or 10, or 10.5, or 10.01, or 10.0001, as long as it's greater than 10%, he always makes more money with option B. So that's our cutoff point. If he makes 10%, he breaks even between the two options. Anything more than 10%, he gets better on commission. Anything less than 10%, he does better at the hourly rate. All right? Let me know if you have any questions.